Kelly Rogers from Treasury Magaziner's Deputy Treasurer. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm here to testify in support of Senate Bill 191. The mission of General Treasury Magaziner is to protect the financial health and security of all Rhode Islanders, which is why we want to personally thank Senator Metz for continuing to introduce this bill year over year, despite the well-funded interests on the other side of the table. It's deplorable that in Rhode Island in 2019, there's an entire industry that preys on vulnerable people. Here, payday lenders can charge interest rates of up to 260% a year, and they often require borrowers to allow the lender to make automatic payments or automatic withdrawals from the borrower's checking accounts. Payday lenders claim to serve borrowers facing short-term emergencies, but in reality, they too often entrap borrowers in endless cycles of debt. And unfortunately, too many of our neighbors are trapped in this vicious cycle. Most borrowers, or typical borrowers, pay more in fees than they originally received in the credit. The business model of payday lenders requires repeated short-term borrowing, which traps low-income borrowers and low-wealth borrowers in cycles of long-term, unaffordable payday loan debt. We estimate that more than 80% of payday loans are taken out within 1 month of the borrower's prior loan. This cycle of debt means that payday lenders are generating their own market demand by making unaffordable loans to economically vulnerable people. And we want to point out, for those who need resources and who are facing emergencies, there are alternative options. In Rhode Island, we have a strong network of community credit unions who make small dollar loans. We also have resources like the Capital Good Fund, which is a nonprofit that was created just to provide affordable loans to take the place of payday loans. Here in the United States, 12 million Americans take out payday loans each year, spending $9 billion on loan fees. Imagine what we could do with that $9 billion and the impact that it would have if we were spending on groceries or repairs or rent or mortgages, instead of being paid to predatory payday lending companies. The payday loan industry's argument is that they provide an essential service, but that's just patently false. Rhode Island stands alone in New England as the only state where payday lending is entirely legal. We are an outlier in this respect. 15 states, including Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, and New Jersey, do not allow their residents to be victimized by these lending institutions. Other states, including New Hampshire, Maine, and Ohio, allow short-term loans, but with a maximum interest rate between 28% and 36%. There's no evidence that people who live in those states are any worse off financially without this product. In this country, and here in Rhode Island, we have consumer safety laws to make sure that the food we buy in the grocery store, the appliances we buy in hardware stores, and the cars we buy in the dealership are safe. We need to have the same types of common sense laws to make sure that we're protecting our citizens, like many other states do, from these lenders. It's long past due for Rhode Island to pass this legislation. Thank you, and I take any questions.
Anybody have any questions for Senator?
Correct me if I'm wrong, you did say there are credit unions and banks in Rhode Island that offer the same type of loan,
Small dollar loans.
small dollar loans as payday loans.
Yes.
So why aren't they using that as a payday loan? But if it is available and they're not stuck paying in that cycle, they can go and get the same rate or less, a lot less. Why are they not using it? I'm curious and concerned.
Yeah, that's a great question, and it might have to, I don't know the exact answer to your question, but it might have to do with the location of some of these retail institutions. So there's often payday loan institutions in low-income areas, whereas there sometimes are bank deserts, and in particular credit unions don't always have ATMs as commonly placed as payday lending institutions. So it might honestly be a matter of location.
Well, instead of paying 265%, I believe that's what you stated, instead of paying that against their contract, it would be worth their while to get to a credit union or bank.
Yeah, if they knew that the option exists.
well, shame on those banks and credit unions that are not doing their job too. Maybe it's not profitable for them. Thank you.
Thank you.